Right, good morning. The video you're going to see today is what I shot around about 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon. As for my rifle, that's coming Saturday morning. Pearl Packs is delivering it Saturday morning at 11:30. Once again, they said give or take 1 hour either way of that time. So yeah, quite pleased about that. And as I say, this video you're going to watch today is what I shot yesterday afternoon. Bullseye targets, and my favourite practice part is clipping the paper. Yeah, so hope you enjoy it. And I'm not quite sure if I'm going to shoot today because I've got to go out quite early and I don't know what time I'm going to be back. So that was one of the reasons why I shot that yesterday afternoon. Okay, so I'll see you later. Okay, bye-bye. Well, I just come back out and do a little bit of shooting. My friends are gone. They've done what they wanted to do. In fact, they didn't even shoot really. They only done 5 shots, I think. But now I've adjusted the zero and it's on yards now. I just want to see how everything's settled down to see how it's going to perform today. Well, not perform today, but how it's going to perform now. I'm at the bottom of the tin. I've got 24 shots here, and I've got 14 shots left in the tin. So these are the bottom of the tin pellets, and I always find them to be slightly damaged. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm recording, and just got bullseye targets down there, that's all. Right, okay, so I'm going to aim directly at the ball and see how this is now. Oh, very good. Well, that first shot was very good, put it that way. Yeah, the second shot's not too bad, a little bit higher. As I say, I am moving, you know, but that can't be helped, can it? Yeah, that's a very good shot. Maybe I should change to a vertical colour. Change it to black, I think. I don't know, is it black better? Not really, is it? Back to white. Really hard to say what was the best colour out of that lot. Oh, was I loaded? I don't know, I can't remember. So I'll go for it and see. No, okay. Right, okay, so yeah, very good. I think the only bad shot at the moment is that one at that middle target on the top. and that one. But even so, that's in the red, and so is that. Well, that's in the white and red. You know, it clipped the ball. That one also is clipped the ball, but more into the red, I think. Yeah, that's not too bad, is it? I'm not sure if they, at the moment, they're all good shots. I'm quite sure about that one. I can see the pellet hole, but it just doesn't look like it's gone straight through, you know what I mean? But anyway, that's 9 shots, so I'm going to go for the pellet holes again. Go for that one there. Yeah. So I've got 2 more shots on this magazine. Yeah. No, just at the side of it, I think. Or it split the paper, so that was 12 shots. Yeah, quite pleased with the 0. As I say, I did leave it so I could tinker about with it if I need to, but it's only 1 or 2 clicks either way, really. But also, I think this is due for a clean, the barrel. I've taken, what, 500 shots now? Well, coming up to 500 shots, I think, since I cleaned the barrel. I normally clean the barrel out at every 1 tin, you know, every 1 tin, which these ones are 250 pellets in a tin, and that's when I normally clean the barrel. But I think this one is going on for nigh on 500 now. Right, okay, so pellet holes again. Yeah, that's a good shot. That was straight through that pellet hole. Oh dear me, got cranking with it. No, just above that. And just below that, took the ball completely out. And it's gone to the side of it. And that's straight in the pellet hole. and that's in the pellet hole, and my eyes just went blurry. So I think I got how many shots? I can't really tell. I'm going to go for clipping the paper. Now the idea of the clipping of the paper, as far as I'm concerned, is knowing how much to use your crosshairs so that pellet is going to clip or skim the paper. Now when you're doing those beads or even those little bombs, because they're small, if you aim directly at it, you would also hit the wood. So practicing skimming the paper, you can then know where to use your crosshairs. You know, as you know, I go but just slightly above where the crosshair is, like so. I use that part to go above the bead, not aiming directly at it, just above the top. That means half of that pellet, which is what, 2.7 mil, is going to hit that. I know we're talking about 2.7 mil is going to hit that bead. And if you're using a 6 mil bead and you're aiming at the centre of it, what with the movement, you're going to hit the wood at the same time as hitting the bead, and that's what you don't want to do. You just want to skim it, and that's the idea of when I practice on skimming a paper. So I can go for that corner and use my reticle halfway, so it's halfway on the paper and halfway off the paper. So we'll try it. And there it is, see that? So that's only half the pellet what's touched that paper. So when you're doing those short shots, this is the kind of practice you need to do, just skimming the paper, and then you can do those small targets because you know where you need to aim that crosshair, you know what I mean? And just don't go for the bottoms, also go for the side. And that's touched the paper just there, can you see it? Then go for another side. No, I missed that. But you go for the angles, all different sort of angles. Practice on all different sort of angles when you're trying to skim paper. And that's too far. I moved when I pulled the trigger. So you can see the full pellet hole almost, and you only want half of that pellet hole, like so. And that's a good example. Also that one's a good example as well, because you're touching, you're just about touching the bead or whatever you're shooting at. I think you need to practice skimming paper if you want to take these small shots on, And of course the idea of it is trying to keep still, as I say, I've got this wobbly table, although the bipod now is good. And I missed that. makes no difference whether you're missing or not. That's the practice of it. You just keep on doing it. So I've got 14 more pellets, so we might as well use them up. In fact, I'm only going to use 12, otherwise it could damage the spring. Although sometimes I do just put one pellet in, but yeah, I find this sort of practice, skimming the paper, is very, very good, you know. And of course it's even harder, well, it's not harder really, whether you use a 2.2 or 177. It all depends if you can keep your crosshairs still. But what is hard is I'm using a small crosshair. If I change the crosshair to a big one, well then it's much easier because I can line up better, you know. So I've got 2 pellets left in that tin. I don't know if you can see them at the bottom, 2 pellets. And I might give this a wipe through, you know, after. But at the moment we're skimming paper. So we go for the bottom. Yeah, that's not too bad. See, that's more on top than it is at the bottom, so that would be a very good shot for the bead, you know. And that's really skimmed the paper, see that? But something like that shot there, or that one, is a perfect shot for skimming beads. No, I missed it, see? Too fine of a shot. See that? And this is what you've got to practice here. I don't want to stop the video. What I wanted to do was change the crosshairs to a bigger crosshair, because that would make it really easy. Having this small crosshair I've got makes it a little bit difficult, you know what I mean? See that? That's a finer shot. And don't forget, you know, doing this at 24 yards is quite a feat really when you think about it. But all it is, as I said the other day, everything I do in a way of shooting, whether it's for YouTube or just for fun, it's all practice. I take it all practice, because I'm not competing with anybody. All I'm doing is competing with my aim against the target down there. You know. So that's another very fine skim shot. But I'd rather do that sort of shot there on a bead or that one than any of those, because they're very fine shots. Now if I'll go back for that shot, or any one of those, makes no difference. This would be like trying to split a card, okay? So we'll go back for that shot there, see if I can get close to that. And you just got to pretend when a card is standing up edgeways, you're shooting the edge, you know. So we'll try it. And I really don't know, maybe I should have come up a bit more. I'll come up a bit more and then we should see it. There it is, see, straight on that part. So it's on that where that fine clip was. And this is what it's all about, this sort of practice. Just getting to know the crosshair, and of course trying to keep the rifle still, but that can't be helped. So we go for that one there. And there's that one there, see? Straight on the same mark. You know, you're not going to do it all the time. I can't do it all the time, but this is where it's all practice. No, that's too far up, but on target, see that? And it's like shooting pellet holes. You know, if you can shoot a pellet hole, that's quite similar to what that is, apart from you're only using half a pellet. So we'll try that one. And there's that one. Yeah. There's another one there we can try, and also one there. Yeah, I don't know whether that's done it or not, but yeah, and that was the last shot. Oh, I've got 2 more pellets on, so I will put 2 pellets in, and that'll be the last 21 minutes, so it should be around about 22 minutes. Not sure if I'll put this on YouTube for tomorrow or just forget about it. Yeah, I don't know. Right, okay. Right, okay, so skimming the paper, I think we've shown what we can do. So, you know, let's took that bit out. So I've got one more shot. And we go for the bullseye, and that magazine just really spun round. So we go for the bullseye, or we'll go for a pellet hole. And that's shot low. Now that could have been where the magazine spun. Really hard to say, but that's shot low. So out of all those shots, I've got one shot what shot low. But if you're going to try and clip paper, you really want to try and clip it halfway, so you get a half a pellet like that, or a very fine clip like these, what I done along there. But I would say you want to go for that one and also that one to do small targets. Just practice, that's all it is. Right, I'm going to turn off. That says video off. Turn the scope off. That's the scope off. All out. We can now decock. I'll take the magazine out. Decock. And put the safety on. And it's coming up to 24 minutes, and if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, leave your comments, and I'll see you again tomorrow. I'll see you. Oh, by the way, Pelpex will be arriving here on the 9th to the 13th to swap over the rifles. They haven't gave me a time yet, but I phoned them up and they said between the 9th and 13th, and they sent me an email when I got no mail. I got no not email, a message, but I got no messages at the moment. They did say they messaged me before 5 o'clock today. Okay, don't forget, thumbs up, leave your comments, and I'll see you later. Bye.